Okay. So hello everyone. Good evening. Could you please confirm that everything is fine with my audio and video so that we can start with the session? Okay. So in this today's session, we are going to start with these topics. We have four topics with us. The first one is related to your RBI. They have again revised the rules that we have studied in the previous session, and now they have again amended it or they have made some changes in that. So we have to get them revised. Okay. Then comes your lead bank scheme. There's a new lead bank which is created in Andhra Pradesh, and then there is a we can say for innovation in the financial market. They have conducted fourth edition global hackathon Harbinger, that is RBI's innovation competition place. And yes, they have got some results. So we will have some information regarding that as well. And then lastly, we have SEBI's move regarding the mandatory workshop for the independent directors. Okay. So all these news are very, important for the phase one. So we'll try to understand what exactly they are trying to say. So the first one that we need to understand that on 1st April, we conducted one of the, we can say topic, we taught one of the topic named as risk management and interbank dealing. This was released on the RBI's website on 1st April and we covered it on the 1st April as well. You can also check the live sessions as well where we have recorded one, right? So in that we have discussed these three changes. Okay. So before we get into the changes, so basically they introduced these three changes with the factor or we can say with the pressure that there was INR which was depreciating day by day. So INR was depreciating day by day. RBI as a regulator, they concerned that our currency's value must be regulated in the right way. So there is not too much depreciation, too much appreciation in the currency, and hence they came up with these three changes. वो तीन changes क्या थे? जो भी तीन changes थे, they have cancelled it, they have repealed it, they have taken it back. ठीक है? तो उन्होंने फिर से उसमें कुछ changes लाए हैं और ऐसा क्यों किया है? Because RBI think that now as the rupee is being now stabilized a bit, and this is the time that we give some flexibility to the banks टू पार्टिसिपेट इन द INR डेरिवेटिव्स. ठीक है, पहले बहुत ही स्ट्रिक्ट कर दिया था थ्रू दीज थ्री की चेंजेस, बट अब उन्होंने कहा दैट वी नीड टू वी आर ऑल्सो रिस्ट्रिक्टिंग द डे टू डे बिजनेस ऑफ द बैंक्स एज वेल. तो अब हमें थोड़ी सी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी लानी चाहिए. सम ऑफ द चेंजेस हैव बीन रिटेन्ड एंड सम ऑफ द चेंजेस हैव बीन रिमूव्ड कंप्लीटली. ठीक है, तो क्या चेंजेस लेके आए थे हम सिर्फ रीड करेंगे इसे याद करवाने के लिए दैट व्हाट वी हैव रेड इन द प्रीवियस क्लास. अगर आपने वो प्रीवियस क्लास नहीं देखी है, यू कैन चेक इट. हमने 31st to 1st अप्रैल के बीच में ये क्लास हमने कवर करी थी. अंडरस्टैंड दैट टॉपिक फर्स्ट एंड देन वी विल कम टू दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक. ठीक है, यू कैन ओपन द चैनल ऑन द लाइव वी कैन सी सेक्शन, यू कैन सी द डेट्स, राइट. तो आप वहां जाके चेक कर लीजिएगा. The first is the non-deliverable INR derivative. This is a kind of contract which is being signed by the banks, wherein they are just betting on the INR. They are just earning the profit. They are not actually delivering the INR or the rupee. The agenda of the bank is not to earn, not to protect themselves from the currency movement, but the agenda was to have to earn some kind of profit out of it. So agenda was speculation, not hedging. I hope you understand what is the word or what is the meaning of speculation and the hedging. Hedging is when the party protects himself, and in order to protect himself from any kind of change in the currency, they enter into a contract. Now their purpose is to hedge, right? At the same time, speculation is being done by investors who seek high return or profit. जब उन्हें ज्यादा प्रॉफिट चाहिए होता है तो दे टेक दिस स्पेकुलेटिव एक्शंस, जहां पर वो ज्यादातर नॉन डिलीवरेबल INR डेरिवेटिव्स लेते हैं, राइट. सो ये इन्होंने कंप्लीटली मना कर दिया था दैट बैंक्स विल नॉट एंटर इनटू सच कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स बिकॉज ये बहुत प्रेशर डाल रहे हैं INR पे टू बेट दैट द INR वैल्यू विल डेप्रिशिएट मोर एंड मोर. तो इससे हमारी INR की जो प्राइसेस है वो और भी ज्यादा वॉलेटाइल हो रहे हैं. देन बिकम्स नो रीबुकिंग आफ्टर कैंसिलेशन. इन्होंने कहा था दैट वंस यू हैव कैंसिल द बुकिंग फॉर द पर्टिकुलर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, डेरिवेटिव कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जो कि किसमें है, फॉरेक्स में है, यानी कि फॉरेन एक्सचेंज करेंसी में यू आर एंटरिंग इनटू सम काइंड ऑफ डेरिवेटिव एंड नाउ यू हैव कैंसल्ड इट। तो पहले ये हमारे पास ऑप्शन होता था दैट आफ्टर कैंसलिंग यू कैन रीबुक योर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट अगेन, बट नाउ दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल। वंस इट इज कैंसल्ड, इट इज कैंसल्ड। So this was the change that was happened in that particular point of time. Then no deals with the related party. They said the related party transaction will be completely denied or cancelled, as this is not something which is being done with the agenda of hedging, but for the agenda of speculation. Speculation is the major reason that why they are entering into contract with the related party. Related party कौन होती है? जैसे कि हम एक स्मॉल सा एग्जांपल लेके चलते हैं, जैसे कि मैं हूं और मेरा फ्रेंड है, राइट? So what we are doing that I have some information, he has some information. With the use of information that we have, we are transacting with each other. Now we are not just person, we are high level entities, ठीक है, जिन्हें बहुत ज्यादा confidential information पता होती है. Now out of that information they might ask other related person to take, we can say, trade on their behalf. बैंक को ऐसी बहुत सारी information मिलती रहती है. They might ask the related party कि आप bet कीजिए that the INR will drop. And this is all because the bank is selling a lot of INR in the market. See, so the bet comes true. Kyunki the bank have given this particular information that I am going to sell the rupees in the market. So जैसे ही sell किए जाएंगे rupees in the market, the prices will go down and their bet will be won by them. So this is all something which is related to your related party. तो यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा था? Misuse हो रहा था of the INR. तो यहाँ पर इसको completely cancel कर दिया गया था. अब क्या क्या चेंजेस लेके आए हैं, तो सबसे पहले हम कुछ बेसिक चीजें पढ़ लेते हैं. फर्स्ट इज इट इज एप्लीकेबल टू द ऑथराइज्ड डीलर्स. Authorized dealers are the banks. These are banks which are recognized by the RBI, believing that these are banks that can trade in the foreign exchange. Not each and every bank can trade in the foreign exchange currency, but there are few banks which are being specifically recognized by the RBI. Okay, they are being named as authorized dealers. So key points are that these are going to be applicable from that the 1st April 2026 instruction have been withdrawn. They have cancelled it, or the new instruction that have issued on 20th April, it has been effective immediately from the day it is being released. Background क्या है? We already told you that rising the volatility in the INR concerned the RBI and they released the previous instructions. But now everything has now come to a point where everything is fixed, everything is now something moderate, and now they have released this 20th April direction. Increase the speculative derivative. ये पुरानी चीजें बता रहे हैं that what was happened at that point of time. तो बहुत ज्यादा speculative actions हो रहे थे, trading हो रही थी. There was a lot of pressure on the rupee was depreciating. Misuse of non-deliverable contracts लिए जा रहे थे. That is again for the purpose of speculation. तो बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर क्रिएट हो रहा था रुपी के ऊपर. रिलेटेड पार्टी ट्रांजेक्शन, कंफ्लिक्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट बहुत ज्यादा क्रिएट हो रहा था. आई हैव टोल्ड यू, राइट? तो अब डिस्कस करते हैं क्या चेंजेस लेकर आए. तो अब इन्होंने क्या कहा कि कौन कौन सी चीजें उन्होंने कैंसिल कर दी हैं फ्रॉम द April 1, 2026 सर्कुलर. सो नॉन डिलीवरेबल. So banks can now participate in the non-deliverable derivative contracts. Earlier they were not allowed to do so, but now they think that we need to provide some kind of flexibility to the banks to do their day-to-day business, right? So we are allowing the banks to take the part in the non-deliverable derivative contracts. Then comes your no rebooking of the contracts. Now they have cancelled it also. That's it. That if you have cancelled your contract and you want to rebook it, you will be able to rebook it. So अब rebook हो जाया करेगा. Then comes your no deals with the related party. Okay. अब यहाँ पर जो related party वाला change है, this is the change that I have brought in. Okay. यहाँ पर इन्होंने ज्यादा change किया है. क्यों किया है? Why there was problem with the strict rules? ये भी पढ़ लेते हैं हम. That is affected the business transaction. Genuine business transaction है, वो भी affect हो रही हैं. We need to provide some kind of market flexibility. We need to a lot of impact has been seen in the hedging efficiency. Operational difficulty for the banks and the clients. उनको डे टू डे ऑपरेशन करने में बहुत ज्यादा परेशानी हो रही थी. ठीक है, ये कुछ रिस्ट्रिक्शंस थी फ्रॉम द पास्ट सर्कुलर्स. अब हम देखते हैं नई रिस्ट्रिक्शंस में क्या क्या चीजें अलाउड है. तो जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया दैट द NDDC contracts are allowed by the banks to perform in right? Rebooking is also allowed. The normal hedging transactions are also allowed. What is not allowed? What is the restriction that still continues? That is INR derivative contract with the related party. Now let's just take an example in order to understand this related party transaction. Suppose there is a parent company. There is a parent company named as A company. Okay, they have many subsidiaries. One of them is bank. One of them is just a NBFC, and one of them is a clothing company. Now, as this is a bank, they have got RBI license, banking license. So they have some information. That yes, tomorrow they are going to sell a lot of INR in the market, right? A lot of INR, that is rupees, are being sold by the banks in the market. As the sell of INR will lead to higher supply lead to price drop, right? So as we know that prices are going to drop with the huge big selling of the INR by the bank. Now this is a clothing company. They enter into a contract of NDDC, right? This bank enters into a contract with this, wherein they said that the INR will be drop. The INR will drop, right? So their betting becomes correct. Why? Because they already have a information from their related party. How these two are related party? They are a subsidiary of the same parent company. They are related to each other, right? So information has been given to each other. So there is a high chances of misuse of the information and misuse of the banking license or misuse of the information as well, right? Hence, the this particular thing has been continued to be restricted by the bank, right? Let's see how many of you have doubts. Okay, अभी तक तो कोई डाउट्स नहीं आपको, ठीक है, तो आगे चलते हैं. तो इस तरह से इन्होंने ये रिस्ट्रिक्शन कंटिन्यू रखी है, बाकी सब चीजें दे हैव केप्ट इट रिमूव्ड. ओके, उन्होंने हटा दी है. आगे देखते हैं एक्सेप्शन. इस रूल में एक एक्सेप्शन है, दैट इज देयर आर सम केसेस इन विच दे विल अलाउ द ट्रांजैक्शन INR डेरिवेटिव कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विद सम ऑफ द पार्टीज. अब वो कौन सी पार्टीज हैं, इसमें हम थोड़ी सी और क्लैरिटी लेंगे. उसके लिए हमें क्या चाहिए, थोड़ी सी स्पेस चाहिए, तो वी नीड टू रिमूव इट. तो हमने ये सीखा that how the related party transaction is happening between the two parties. One is bank and another one is company. ठीक है, तो इंश्योर क्या कर रहे हैं कि conflict of interest ना हो. The bank as a financial institution in Indian banking system, they ensure that whatever duties that they are doing, whatever operation they are doing with the whole and sole purpose of protecting themselves or protecting the customer, not hurting the market or hurting the economy. ठीक है, पहला क्या इन्होंने एक्सेप्शन दिया, दैट कैंसिलेशन और रोल ओवर ऑफ द ओल्ड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. इसमें क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं कि जितने भी पुराने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट थे, ओल्ड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट थे, आप ओल्ड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को या तो फिर कैंसिल भी कर सकते हैं एंड यू कैन इवन रोल बैक, उन्हें ही दोबारा रोल ओवर कर सकते हैं, कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं, एक्सटेंड कर सकते हैं, राइट? सो दिस वाज वन एक्सेप्शन फॉर द ओल्ड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, क्योंकि पहले जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो चुके हैं विद सम ऑफ द पार्टीज, नाउ देयर आर टू ऑप्शन, आप उन्हें फॉर अ वाइल कैंसिल कर दें और यू हैव एन एक्सटेंडेड पीरियड फॉर इट. ठीक है, फर्स्ट चेंज. The second change is, that is the second exception is back-to-back trades for the non-related foreign clients. अब banks पूछ रहे हैं that we cannot trade with any of the company because there would be a chances that that particular company is a related party. तो RBI कह रहे हैं see, the related party are the one who are somehow related to you. पर अगर you as a bank, if you have to deal with any NRI firm or client, अगर आपका कोई NRI firm और client है, with them you can enter into a contract of NDDC. Why? Many of the NRI clients buy this particular contract in order to hedge their risk, and you as a bank can protect this particular NRIs to hedge their risk against the currency exchange, right? And because of all these, they are saying that we are giving you an exception, that yes, you as a bank can trade with the NRI client and can enter into a contract considering the fact that they are not a related party and they are entering into the contract with the agenda of hedging and not for the agenda of speculation. So they are also ensuring that there is no misuse of the contract. They are using the contract only for the hedge purpose. The bank's businesses are also being saved because their business, their day-to-day operation is to help the client hedge their risk as well, so they can do their operation as well, right? At the same time, they can also, all such conditions are being met. That means they can enter into this particular contract, rebooking and cancellation, or we can say everything is being allowed, right? As I told you, and normal hedging transaction can be done. No speculation will be done again. The agenda is same. Speculation will not be done by the banks or by any other party, right? आगे देखते हैं. ठीक है, आई होप आपको कोई डाउट नहीं होगा अभी तक. ये हमारी है सेकंड न्यूज, बहुत ही आसान न्यूज है. हमने लीड बैंक स्कीम के बारे में पढ़ा था इन वन ऑफ आर प्रीवियस वी कैन से फाइनेंस करंट अफेयर, जहां पर हमने पढ़ा था दैट देयर इज अ लीड बैंक which is being created newly for a new district in Goa. Just like that, we have another news for the new district which is being created in the Andhra Pradesh. तो आपको ये भी फैक्ट याद करना है. This can be asked in your phase 1. ठीक है, 1 मार्कर में पूछा जा सकता है. So you must be aware that what are the new created district. So these are Polavaram and Markapuram. Markapuram and Polavaram are the new two districts that are being created by the government, and for that particular district the RBI have recognized Union Bank of India. Which bank? Union Bank of India as a lead bank. Lead bank, what lead bank do? Lead bank is a kind of bank that leads one district and their respective financial institution in that particular district. So they ensure that each and every financial institution is working towards one single goal or towards one single plan. Okay. So we, along with this, we also need to remember what is the code for this particular district. So the code for Polavaram is 02X and the code for Markapuram is 02Y, right? So you will remember the code as well. Again, ये important है, पढ़ेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा. phase 1 में आ सकता है, right? So you will remember what facts हैं ये कुछ. ये दो facts आप याद रखेंगे. The new name of the districts, the respective lead bank and their respective code. लीड बैंक के बारे में थोड़ा सा पढ़ लेते हैं. लीड बैंक इज ऑल्सो बीइंग सेड एज अ एरिया अप्रोच. द एरिया अप्रोच विच वाज सजेस्टेड बाय द आर गडगिल कमेटी. ठीक है, उन्होंने सजेस्ट किया था, एक स्टडी ग्रुप था, उन्होंने सजेस्ट किया था दैट बिकॉज इन इंडिया वी हैव द फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन हैव सम पैचेस, यानी कि देयर आर सम होल areas, there is some hole in the financial inclusion. That means the financial inclusion and the financial literacy is not equally divided in all over India. In some region there is too much financial inclusion, in some region it is nil or eliminated completely. So इसीलिए उन्होंने area approach निकाला था wherein they will identify those area wherein though there is no financial inclusion and all the financial institution in that particular district or region will try to increase the financial literacy or financial inclusion depending upon the issue in that particular district. ठीक है, तो एरिया अप्रोच निकाला था ताकि इक्वल फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन हो और पूरा इकोनॉमी साथ में ग्रोथ करे इंस्टेड ऑफ फ्यू रीजन्स ऑफ द इंडिया. ये कमेटी बनी थी दैट इज FKF नरिसम कमेटी 1969, जिन्होंने सपोर्ट किया था विद दिस आइडिया ऑफ DR गडगिल. ठीक है, फिर आरबीआई ने फाइनली 1969 में क्या निकाला? लीड बैंक स्कीम निकाली, विच इज वन ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट स्कीम. अगर आप जाएंगे एग्जाम देने के लिए फॉर दिस ईयर, यू विल रिमेंबर व्हाट इज लीड बैंक स्कीम. ठीक है, दिस इज वन ऑफ द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इनिशिएटिव ऑफ द आरबीआई और स्कीम ऑफ द आरबीआई दैट इज देयर for the betterment of the society, for the financial inclusion and literacy, right? So lead bank is a selected commercial bank by the RBI as the lead bank in each district to coordinate the activities of credit institution or the financial institution, the government and other stakeholders to increase the credit flow and to increase the credit flow towards the priority sectors and promote the financial inclusion in that particular area. Okay, I hope the clarity is clear for this particular topic. Let's just come to the third topic, which is RBI announces the 4th edition of Global Hackathon Harbinger. अब हुआ क्या है? That Harbinger is what? One of the initiative of the RBI. We can also call it as a innovation competition. Innovation competition which is being conducted by the RBI on a periodic basis. So there was a fourth edition which was again launched by the RBI, and the theme of that particular fourth edition was secure banking powered by identity, integrity and inclusivity. तो ये आप fourth edition, क्योंकि ये हमारा सबसे recent edition है for the Harbinger, so you can remember this particular theme. और इस particular competition के क्या आए हैं, results आए हैं that there are various number of, we can say, companies who have won some of the we can say prizes from the RBI. तो हुआ क्या है that this is a global hackathon. When I say that is a global hackathon, that means foreign companies are also coming and participating in this innovative product services creation, right? They create new product and services and showcase in this particular competition. And as per the idea, as per the efficiency of the product, they give winning amount to the winners, right? So कितने कितने आए हैं? How many ideas do we receive? We receive 496 ideas from all over India plus 15 other countries. The final selected teams जो कि final finale में गई थी, that was 21 selected companies or we can say teams. Final evaluation was done on 17 to 18th April. ठीक है, और उन बेंगलुरु में हुआ था फाइनल सिलेक्शन और फाइनल इवेल्युएशन, एंड विनर वाज अनाउंस्ड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर session. Then all the 21 listed shortlisted team won 5 lakh rupees from the RBI. तो 5 lakh rupees उन्हें as a winning amount मिला. So there is a, we can say, financial incentive too. ठीक है, तो हम देख लेते हैं क्या क्या आइडियाज उन्होंने बिल्डअप किए थे. तो टोकनाइज्ड केवाईसी, आपका जो केवाईसी होता है, इट इज बीइंग करंटली kept with the centralized KYC company, right? And all the informations are being recorded by the central KYC. Now this tokenized KYC say that we are going to convert your entire information in a single code. मान लीजिए 14 डिजिट 12 डिजिट हमने कोड क्रिएट कर दिया है. even if the hacker hacks this code, they will not be able to crack the code. Why? Because the final details are being coded in this particular code. तो वो ब्रेक नहीं कर पाएंगे. They will not have any access to the पर्सनल एंड कॉन्फिडेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफ द पर्सन. ठीक है, तो ये एक इनोवेटिव आइडिया लेकर आए थे. एंड हु वाज दिस? अर्थलेट, यूके की एक कंपनी है जिन्होंने टीम थी जिन्होंने ये सिक्योर किया. व्हाट दे गिव? द रीयूजेबल सिक्योर डिजिटल केवाईसी स्टोर्ड एज अ टोकन. आपको एक टोकन मिल जाता है विच यू कैन नॉट रीड, राइट? तो उसके बैक एंड पे क्या होती है? इंफॉर्मेशन होती है. तो ये इन्होंने नई चीज निकाली. ठीक है, और कौन था इसका रनर अप? कौन था? इडफी, जिन्होंने डिसेंट्रलाइज केवाईसी यूजिंग डिजिलॉकर, सी केवाईसीआर, ये सब चीजें निकाली थी. ऑफलाइन सीबीडीसी, सीबीडीसी इज अ सेंट्रल बैंक डिजिटल करेंसी, राइट? अब उसमें ज्यादातर प्रॉब्लम क्या आ रही थी? दैट वी वर नॉट एबल टू ट्रांजैक्ट with the use of CBDC without any internet. So they came up with a digital rupee without the use of internet. So what they were using? Bluetooth or NFC. ठीक है, we can say network financial connection. ठीक है, तो इस तरह से इन्होंने एक नेटवर्क बनाया था, एक कनेक्शन बनाया था जिसके थ्रू they were be able to transfer the transaction securely. और ये कौन सी टीम थी? टीम ए स्पर्श. ऐसे ही रनर अप कौन थी? बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा, जिन्होंने सॉल्यूशन बताए थे ऑल डिवाइसेस दैट स्मार्टफोन्स टू फीचर फोन एटीएम पीओएस के सपोर्ट से वी कैन ट्रांजैक्ट द सीबीडीसी. इनहांसिंग द ट्रस्ट, रनर अप ट्रीम फ्रॉड लेंस, राइट? एआई बेस्ड रियल टाइम फ्रॉड डिटेक्शन सिस्टम इन्होंने पिच की थी इन द कॉम्पिटिशन. ऑल वुमेन टीम, एक वुमेन रिकॉग्नाइज्ड टीम भी इन्होंने फाइनल में, फिनाले में चूज करी, विच इज ऑल वुमेन टीम. who was the winner? The Bank of Baroda team Nidan. ठीक है, AI complaint system for elderly and disabled voice sign language. तो ये उनके लिए क्या निकाली थी? AI developed sign language और voice develop करी थी through with the use of artificial technology. And again the agenda was to again women empowerment यहाँ पर agenda था while they were selecting it, and also the idea was also good. राइट? एनी डाउट एज ऑफ नाउ? देखते हैं आप सबके कोई कमेंट्स, कोई डाउट तो नहीं है? ठीक है, बढ़िया. चलिए आगे देखते हैं हम. ठीक है, दिस वाज आवर थर्ड न्यूज. नाउ फोर्थ न्यूज. सेबीज मूव मैंडेटरी वर्कशॉप फॉर द इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर्स. ठीक है, हम देखते हैं क्या कर रहे हैं. तो बेसिकली आपको पता ही होगा, लास्ट फ्यू डेज अगो, और हम कह सकते हैं मंथ्स अगो, HDFC goes through a scandal of 81 bonds. 81 बॉन्ड्स में एचडीएफसी ने कुछ ना कुछ स्कैंडल किया था, दे डिड समथिंग रॉन्ग अबाउट इट, and the chairman, or we can say one of the non-executive director, they leave or resign from the HDFC bank, stating that they are not operating things in a ethical way. Ethical way में, fair way में, they are not they are not performing in an ethical way, and there is some kind of issue with relates to these operations, right? So they are taking things very softly, very easily, as if it is a day to day operation of them, but this is unethical in nature. ठीक है, तो ये था उनका response while they left or resign from the HDFC. Now HDFC is one of the domestically systemically important bank, right? तो आरबीआई ने भी इस चीज की हमें वो दी है, संतुष्टि दी है, दैट देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग विद द एचडीएफसी. एचडीएफसी से रिलेटेड ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है चीज, उन्होंने उसे सुपरवाइज किया है, मॉनिटर किया है, एंड दे सेड देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग विद द फाइनेंशियल स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द एचडीएफसी, राइट? इट इज स्टिल इंटैक्ट. But we need to understand that what are 81 bonds और क्या scandal हुआ था, what was wrong with it. Okay, so we will understand that. Okay, so considering this particular scandal, this particular, we can say, particular problem, SEBI has came up with a move wherein they are saying कि हम एक mandatory workshop create करा करेंगे for independent directors, जहां पर we will tell them that what is their role, what are the things that you need to tell to your company or tell to the customers, and what are your roles and responsibility, and what are the things that you need to considerate being a board member. ठीक है, तो इसके लिए वो क्या कंडक्ट कर रहे हैं, मैंडेटरी वर्कशॉप ऑन अ पीरियडिक बेसिस. तो देख लेते हैं दैट सेबी इज ट्राइंग टू इंट्रोड्यूस अ मैंडेटरी बाय एनुअल वर्कशॉप. सो 1 ईयर में 2 बारी होंगी ये बाय एनुअल वर्कशॉप है फॉर द इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर्स टू स्ट्रेंथन द कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस. अब कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस की हम बात करते हैं, वी टॉक अबाउट ट्रांसपेरेंसी, वी टॉक अबाउट ethics, we talk about morals, we talk about transparency, fairness, all such things are being considered, right? तो उसी के अराउंड ही ये वर्कशॉप क्रिएट की जाएगी. Who have initiated or collaborated with the SEBI? So NISM, that is National Institute of Security Market, along with the Bombay Chartered Accountant Society. तो यहाँ पर इन दोनों के स्किलफुल और इन दोनों के आइडियाज और कोलैबोरेशन के साथ द सेबी इज कमिंग अप विद दिस पर्टिकुलर वर्कशॉप फॉर द इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर्स ऑफ ऑल द कंपनीज, so that they can perform their day-to-day duties in a right way. Under the proposal, the independent directors will be required to attend the workshop twice every year. तो साल में 2 बार they are going to meet and going to attend the particular workshop. Attendance may be linked to their reappointment after the completion of 5-year tenure. ठीक है, 5 year का tenure इन्हें complete करना ही करना in order to attend this particular workshop. A minimum requirement of training once every 5 years will be ensured. कि उन्हें minimum attend तो इतनी करनी ही करनी है workshop, so that we can ensure that yes they are actually attending these workshop. ठीक है, ट्रेनिंग क्या होगी, ट्रेनिंग स्ट्रक्चर विल बी, फर्स्ट इट विल बी कंडक्टेड इन द सितंबर और अक्टूबर, इसके अराउंड कंडक्ट की जाएगी वर्कशॉप, एंड द सेकंड राउंड विल बी डन इन द मार्च. So every year it will be ensured that continuous learning of independent directors are being done. Okay, then curriculum coverage क्या होगा, that they will tell that what is the regulatory update, CAB क्या कह रहे हैं, what is RBI saying, all such regulations, rules, laws, and their, we can say, mindset will be explained to the independent directors. What is their fiduciary responsibility, what is the responsibility of them while they are representing themselves as a board member in the company. तो ये सब चीजें भी वो कंसीडर करेंगे. After that, risk governance and oversight, how they need to supervise and monitor various kind of risks and how they can deal with it. So in this particular हम कह सकते हैं in scandal in the HDFC wherein the non-executive director resigned from the company after recognizing that there is a governance issue. Considering that they should even dealt with that. Okay, they might have resolved it by giving some solution instead of resigning from the HDFC. So this was one of the suspicious move that non-executive director have taken in that particular thing, right? So that was creating a lot of, we can say, confusion among the people as well, or the investors as well, or depositors as well at the same point of time. So that was very questioning in sense, right? Then emerging risk, all the emerging risk must be tackled well in advance. Then comes your case studies on governance failures and role of audit committees and board level supervision. All things will be covered while you are teaching to the independent director. अब क्योंकि हमने समझ लिया है that yes the SEBI has taken this move, तो हमें ये भी समझना चाहिए that what is the reason. तो रीजन कितना स्ट्रांग था ये भी हमें समझना जरूरी है। तो इस चीज को हम कुछ इस तरह से समझ के चलेंगे दैट हम पहले कुछ समझ लेते हैं। लेट्स जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड द स्टोरी फर्स्ट एंड देन वी विल अंडरस्टैंड दैट। ठीक है। यस। तो एचडीएफसी की जो बाहर की ब्रांचेस हैं जैसे दैट इज दुबई, राइट, उन्होंने क्या किया था दैट एचडीएफसी हम दुबई की ही ब्रांच लेके चलते हैं बिकॉज दैट इज व्हाट हैपेंड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर ब्रांच, राइट। सो दुबई वाली ब्रांच ने क्या किया था, दे बॉट सम 81 बॉन्ड्स of which of credit Swiss company. Now this Credit Suisse company is a Switzerland company. They issued their 81 bonds and HDFC bought these bonds. Many of the banks buy these bonds as a part of extra, we can say revenue also, and also in order to maintain the capital, in order to maintain the capital adequacy as per Basel III norms, right? As per Basel III norms, they can buy these and count some of these bonds as towards their tier 1 or tier 2 capital, right? Now, what happened that this Credit Suisse collapsed in 2023. It collapsed in 2023. Uh, Before this collapse, right, HDFC sold these 81 bonds to some of their NRI clients, to some of their NRI clients, right? Now, as we know that there was a collapse, but right now the collapse didn't happen. Before the collapse, what happened that the HDFC sold some of their 81 bonds to the NRI. Now, who are NRI? What NRI do? NRI generally keep their money in the FCNR. FCNR account. FCNR is an account, we can say consider it as a fixed deposit of foreign currency. It's a fixed deposit account of a foreign currency, where NRIs can keep an account with the HDFC and they earn some percentage of return from the HDFC, right? So HDFC as a relation manager, HDFC have many relation managers and those relation managers give advices to these NRIs that see, you can invest in the 81 bonds because they give high rate of return to you. They give you high rate of return to you. So instead of keeping your money in a fixed deposit, which is giving you safe yet very small amount of return, you can invest in the 81 bonds, which is again, they said that it is safe and they also said that you are going to earn high return on it. The NRI believed the relation manager and they bought 81 bonds. Now, the 81 bonds, in the 81 bonds, once you have to buy a 81 bonds, the minimum investment is 1 crore rupees. You have to at least invest at least 1 crore rupees as per the SEBI's regulation as stated by them. Now, right now, these NRI, instead of keeping their money in the FCNR account, they kept it in the 80 bonds. Now, there are certain features of the 81 bonds that these relation managers didn't tell to these NRIs. And these NRIs, by believing or trusting these relation manager, they bought the 81 bonds that ultimately collapsed because of the company have already collapsed. Because the company have collapsed, the value of these 81 bonds come to zero. Now their entire amount is being collapsed. Their entire amount is being defaulted. And who sold them? Who sold them this financial product and service? The HDFC, say Dubai Bank, has sold this particular product to the NRIs by telling them wrong information. Now, ma'am, what is the wrong information? What they said wrong about the 81 banks bonds? So, what that is what we need to remember. This can be directly asked in your examination. The features of the 81 bonds. 81 bond, also known as, okay, 81 bonds. What is their purpose? The purpose is to help the banks build core capital. They can issue this in order to build the core capital and as under the Basel III. So these are also being named as a quasi equity. Why? Because they have feature of both the equity as well, and they have a feature of bonds as well, wherein they are giving fixed percentage of money to the investors who are buying it, who are buying it, right? So these are being named as quasi equity. Perpetual, that means they do not have any maturity. They are being issued with no pre-specified, pre-decided maturity. They are perpetual in nature. That means no maturity is being given for the 81 bonds. Once the bank have issued the 81 bonds, that means they have owned the money. Now they have owned the money, right? So no principal will be paid. No principal will be paid. So principal is not paid to the investors at any point of time. However, there is certain amount of coupon that investor earn on a regular basis. Okay. So coupon is being earned, but principal is never returned to the individual. Then says call option. There is an option in the 81 bonds that banks can buy back these 81 bonds after 5 to 10 years. But after that, but in order to do that, they need to get RBI approval from the RBI approval in order to rebuy or buy back this particular, we can say, bond. Coupon, there is a fixed amount of coupon that can be skipped by the bank at any point of time. Like in bonds, there is a particular fixed amount of coupon that the investor earns for a long period of time. Now, what is this? This is insurity. Surety that I will get the interest on my investment. But in this particular case, the coupon can be skipped by the bank. If they think that their financial health is not good, they can skip it. Also, once skip it, you have missed the interest. So that is non-cumulative in nature. That means once the interest is being skipped by the bank, they think that we do not need to pay the interest this time. They can skip it and, give another time, right? But they will not pay the interest which they have missed. So that is non-cumulative because your missed interest payments are not communicated and they are not being paid to you, right? They are not working like this. Loss absorption. So they can be written off. That means their value can come to zero if they are converted to equity or if bank's capital fail. Okay. So in that particular example, HDFC, the Credit Suisse bank failed. It collapsed, right? It was a company, not a bank. So that company collapsed. So their value of 81 bonds also collapsed. Also subordinated, that means paid last in the liquidation. If a company is getting liquidated, if it has collapsed in the market, the liquidation, in the process of liquidation, the 81 bond holders get the money at the last, right? All other investors will be preferred over these 81 investors. High yield, because there is a lot of risk in this particular 81 bonds, they are being giving higher returns in order to compensate the risk factor. Then comes your investor limit. Again, the minimum investment as per the SAB is 1 crore. And again, this is only for the HNI and institution. That means it is only for the high net worth individual and institution. It is not there for whom? For the normal people, for the retail investor. But what they did, now let's just find out the wrong things here. They said, what the relation manager said? Relation manager said, CNRIs, these are the safe asset. They give you high return, right? But what was that? It was not safe at all. First thing. Second, it gives high return, but they didn't told them about the risk factor, right? They didn't tell them. Also, the relation manager wrongly pitched their KYC. That means it is only being sold to the HNI and to the institution, but they sold it wrongly to the people, NRIs, who do not have good risk appetite. So what is this? This is a wrong information, wrong KYC. This is what? A governance issue, because they were not doing the things ethically, right? So this is what it happened in this particular thing. And from here, the 81 bond scandal happened, and the NRIs got cheated, right? So who was the chairman who resigned? Atanu Chakraborty, who resigned from the HDFC banks, stating that there is a dissatisfaction with the accountability measure. right? And again, the trigger event was when in 2023 the Credit Suisse Bank, a Swiss company, collapsed, and the regulator wrote off 20 billion 81 bonds. So 20 billion 81 bonds that was sold to the NRIs, stating them that these are safe assets where you can seek higher interest. They were collapsed and they will come to 0 point, right? So a governance issue was there, mis-selling was there, KYC issues were there, weak oversight by the senior management was there, right? I have told you the features. Let's just talk about the questions now. I hope you will be able to answer the question. The first question is again regarding the 81 bonds. 81 bonds are very important. क्यों? क्योंकि इनसे regarding एक question आया था in the phase 2 in 2024 में भी in 2024 या फिर 2023 में 81 bonds के बारे में पूछा गया था that what are 81 bonds. वो भी objective नहीं आया था, descriptive question आया था. They ask you to write 15 marker question on the 81 bonds और उसके features. सोचो, बहुत important है ये. So you have to tell me the right answer. They have asked you what are the key features of the additional tier 1 bonds. So let's see how many of you can answer. Let me see your comments. Okay, I hope you guys are not sleeping in the class. Okay, so tell me whatever you think. Okay, I've got some answers. Gaurav says C. Okay, Manish says C. Okay, Parveen says C. So they are perpetual instrument with the loss absorption features and discretionary coupon payments. That is true. C is the right answer. Good job, everyone. Question number 2. As per the revised guidelines, risk management and interbank dealings issued by the RBI, which of the following is the key new focus area? ठीक है, अभी क्या न्यू फोकस एरिया है ऑफ द आरबीआई while they were issuing this particular framework, or we can say circular. So you can read the options there in front of you and tell me what is the right answer. Yes, in this particular, C is the right answer. Great. Question number 3. In the context of reorganization of district in the Andhra Pradesh, which of the bank has been assigned as a lead bank for the newly formed district? State Bank of India, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, none of the above. Yes. Yes. What do you think? Question number 3, very easy question. Great. Manish, I have answered it. Okay. Gaurav, C is not a right answer. The right answer is E, that is none of the above. Why? Because the right bank who is being assigned as a lead bank in Andhra Pradesh is Union Bank of India. You have to remember this fact as I told you. The code is 02X 02Y. Okay, this is the last one, which says question number 4, the fourth edition for Global Hackathon Harbinger announced by the RBI primarily focused on which of the following themes? So they have asked you the themes. As I told you, the theme is very important. So tell me what is the right theme in this case? Gaurav, C is not the right answer for this. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes, Gaurav is correct. Manish is also correct. B is the right answer. Good job. So, yes, B is the right answer. That is securing banking powered by identity, integrity, and inclusivity. Right? This is my Telegram channel. You can follow this if you haven't followed it. Okay. Along with this, this is a winner's batch. That is crash course, which is being launched for the RBI Grade B 2026 examination. All things will be available to you in this particular. This is a complete course wherein everything will be covered till the examination and helping you in order to crack the examination, right? So I hope this is a fruitful session for all of you. We will meet again tomorrow. That is tomorrow. I'm going to bring up one important topic in the live session of the YouTube. That is at 3 p.m. That is a surprise. That what will I bring on? And again, that topic is very important for the exam point of view. That is the reason that I'm conducting it. And yes, obviously you can see it in the live YouTube as well, that what kind of session I am coming up with. Okay, goodbye everyone. Take care of yourself and stay updated and stay